it's me, Bren, and I am out in the dome today just for a little bit. We've got rain coming through because it's been so nice. It was like 75 the last 2 days roughly, which can't complain for being in Ohio. That is not the norm. Usually, sometimes we actually still have snow on the ground this time of year. But I'm so thankful we're getting some rain because it's so dry outside. And with that in mind, it is only the beginning of March. We actually still have 9 weeks, roughly 9 weeks, 2 days till the last official frost date, which in my area, hardiness zone 5B6, is May 15th. So with that in mind, I have been starting lots of seeds. And in today's video, I'm going to actually talk about some lavender seeds that I picked up. I picked a couple up locally, and then also I ordered some, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that and how I'm germinating those seeds and starting those seeds. Now I can't show you what the germination is going to look like yet in this video because I'm just starting it, and I'm sharing with you some really great information that I found along the way. And I will be hopefully doing a second video to this to show you as the little lavenders start germinating, because I know they will. I just know they will. Just because. All right. I originally had my hair down, but it is so humid in here. I'm actually enjoying this weather in the dome. It's very humid. And I noticed a couple of my plants are also loving this. I have this, I need a dry spot to sit my seeds. It looks dry. I had started maybe 2 weeks ago, a week ago, some Russian kale in here, and all it took was some of that heat to get these to kick in. So that is awesome. They'll be fine under this dome as it gets cold. Now it'll be getting cold outside, specifically as we head in the next couple of days. We've got some overnight lows. In fact, it's 19 degrees overnight, which it's a little cooler. You know, that's probably about right. We would get that in early March. That's normal. But in the dome here, it will not go below 45. And I'm actually hoping with all the heat that's being held in here, and the sun's supposed to be out the next few days as the temperature drops down a little lower, that a lot of that heat will stay in here. Forgive me, I know I go on and on about growing in a dome, and I understand not everybody has a dome, but a lot of these fun facts I share with you can actually do in a small home greenhouse, or you can even do these indoors, which I have quite often. I will take and start the same seed in the dome, this dome, and also do the same seed in the house under lights and heat mat, just to see which one germinates. I just have fun doing that. I guess I've turned into a crazy plant lady as I've gotten older here. Okay, so this is exciting. Here they are. I'm gonna leave that lid on, like I said, just to provide a little more humidity, a little heat in it. The plants love that for germination. I also have to share with you, now this is not lavender, but this, it kind of looks like lavender, doesn't it? This is a rosemary, and I swear this thing put out an inch since I put it out here, and it may have. I've got so much going on this time of year as we approach that first day of spring. Also, I think I only have 3 or 4 more weeks here, and my trees will be in, so I'm really excited about that. You know me and my trees. I love starting my little baby trees, and I'll be sharing more about that as they arrive and sharing with you what I'm doing. I got like a little tree farm going on besides all the ferns and the manigavi, so that's fun. But I'm just so excited about this. It's doing well, and literally I grew this rosemary from seed, and a lot of people I know, including garden writers, were saying, oh, it's so hard to grow from seed. So I was able to do this, and now I'm excited to get the lavender going. All right, so let me show you first up what I did. Okay, so do you like my floating water can back there? I hung it there just so I remember in the summertime to water a lot of those cactuses back on my table when the summer gets here, and it kind of ended up staying there. And now every time I look at it, I think of a few years back, there was like this little meme that went around, and somebody had taken their watering can and had like lights coming out of it for out as a artwork in the yard. And every time I look at that, I think of that little picture. If I find it, I'll share it right here with you. But anyhow, back to the lavender. Okay, so first up, I bought some heirloom seeds of lavender. These are from Baker Creek. And lavender. So both these varieties, two different ones. This one is actually rated for my hardiness zone. And this one is not. So this one looked interesting to me. And I figured I could grow it like an annual, or definitely grow it in a container and bring it into the dome here to enjoy. We'll see, since it likes the hotter conditions. This one's actually rated for zone 7 through 10. This is called Torch Minty Ice, and it's really pretty. I think it's pretty. So what I did with these is all the seeds I took and I did a wet paper towel germination method, because I had watched a few things, a couple of different videos online about that. And then also I watched, I looked on the different extension office university websites about growing lavender, and they actually did this with a paper towel, and I'll show you what I did right here. So I took a paper towel and I scattered all the seeds on a piece of paper towel, and then I took my little spritzer in the house and got the paper towel nice and wet, but not too wet. I mean, you don't want it super dripping. So you put the seeds down, you water the paper towel, close the paper towel out. I missed that a little bit too before I put it into a Ziploc that closes up. Make sure it's not dripping, like I said. And then I labeled the bag with the two different varieties and stuck those in my little refrigerator cooling bin area where it's in the refrigerator, won't freeze, just gets that really cold. I'm gonna leave them in there for 30 to 40 days, and then it says when you bring them out, you might see some germination going on. Hopefully we do. If I don't, no big deal. By that time though, they've gone through the cool zone and I can actually put them in the soil, and 30 to 40 days, they'll probably end up out here, and I'll start them in a container after they've gone through that process. So follow me on that. I will definitely share a video. I'll try to get a long video like this, but I also love doing the little short videos. So if you follow me, I try to post my favorite ones on my website. You know where to find me. And but they're definitely on my YouTube if you follow my YouTube. All right, so let's go on to the next varieties. I got two other varieties I'm starting from seed because I just love lavender. I love it. I've got two really established plants I've had going, starter plants that I believe they're called True Blue Lavender. I think that's what they're called. They do great in my area. They're up in a full sun location of my porch garden, and I love them there because it's so nice to walk by and it just smells nice. It's one of the first plants that start putting on blooms in late May, believe it or not. I just love lavender. I cut it, I dry it, and then I've been meaning to try it and making my own soap with it. I actually do gift quite a bit of it, or I barter with a friend of mine who makes soap, and she uses it in her soaps. There's many different varieties of lavender grown in the United States alone. So the other two varieties I bought locally. And that's one thing I can say about when you buy seeds, specifically like the Burpee brand, when you buy them locally, I've never had any that were not, well, first of all, they're clearly written what zone they're for. And they're a lot like the Bonnie plants that we get in our area, because the Bonnie plants are grown locally. They know what will work in our area. And when you buy a Bonnie plant, it's gonna work. It does. It grows great. I've never had one not, unless I overwatered or whatever. So the Burpee, I feel the same way. And judging by the seed rack, they're right, because they have English lavender and they have Munstead. I almost said Munster, like Munster cheese. Munstead. So they're right here. Now these are from my area, like I said. They can take 90 days, at least the English one take 90 days to harvest. The Munstead is 90 to 200 days. We're gonna do this. Seeds are cheap, we got this. All right, so one thing I'm reading on here does not talk about taking the seed and put it in the refrigerator for that cool period. This actually says start indoors 8 to 10 weeks before our last anticipated spring frost. We're at 9 weeks, so we're good. Gently press the seed into seed starting formula and keep moist. Seedlings emerge in 14 to 28 days. Transplant to large container when seedlings have at least 2 pairs of leaves. How easy is that? All right, so we're gonna do that with these 2 varieties. I'm not gonna mix them. I actually made up a tag for both. And what I'm gonna try to do here is, I got my little dome containers. I'm gonna actually I'm gonna try to do just half the seeds out here, and then I'm gonna also try some indoors on the heat mats to see which one go first. But like I said, the sun's getting higher and it's getting a little warmer in here. I have a good feeling about how these will progress out here. So, all right, so here we go.
Here we go. I'm actually using a seed starting mix for these. And we're just gonna put about that much. I'm about 1 inch, maybe 2 inches from the top on these containers. And well, hopefully I can just I'm not gonna make this complicated. We're just gonna put the seed in. And let's see, ooh, actually quite a few seeds in there. And this would be fun. I'll try to do half and half. So we're just gonna sprinkle the seed on top. They're tiny. A little bit more. That's pretty good, actually. It's well, maybe just a little bit more. Oh, yeah, that's plenty. That was definitely half. All right, now this one is Munster, so we're gonna tag it. But first, we're just gonna take and lightly press the soil down, get it in there nice. And we need to get this wet, but we'll do that last. I'm gonna tag it so I don't forget it. Like I said, there's a bunch of different varieties of lavender. Let's see. Lavender Munster. I'll put that in there. Or Munster. I keep calling it the cheese. All right, let's see. And then this one's for the English. Here we go. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Just spread in this container. We're going to do about half the seeds. Yep, that looks good. Because the rest I'm going to take indoors and do the same thing in there. And we'll see which one comes up first. All right. And then gently push it down a little. You know what? I am going to go ahead and just put a little bit of potting soil right on top. Because... All right. Now we're going to go ahead and get these wet. All right, here's my favorite part. So I gotta take it easy though, because you know me and my watering, I always go crazy. Just gonna get it nice and wet. And these are also gonna sit in a container that has water in it, so that will end up soaking up into it. Only about a half an inch in there.
All right, so hey guys, here's my what was that? Tarragon. That one is, oh, that is the French one. He is really loving the heat out here in the dome. Anyhow, not lavender, but you're gonna want to stay tuned. Be sure to follow my content here. You can check it out on my website. If you're on YouTube, please follow me there. Like I said, I will be sharing short videos of how these are progressing, and I've got so much going on. I have this like giant box of dahlias I'm gonna pot up out here, and you're not gonna want to miss it. I'm Bren. I'm sharing from hardiness zone 5B6. The dome is roughly an 8-9. So cover a lot of content in here if you're a dome grower, or if you're in the warmer hardiness zones. Like I said, a lot of the content I share from the dome are things you can do at roughly the same time in your hardiness zone. All right guys, thanks for checking out the video today. I'll see you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe, show some love by liking Bren's video and hit the notification button for future updates.